and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Hellboy and the B.P.R.D. Night of the Cyclops by Dark Horse Comics. Now there is fighting, there's blood, shooting, arrows, curses, giant Cyclops, and eye poking in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Oh, and nudity. Also nudity. Yes, you've been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright. I will leave the teams here. The team that worked on this here. Just a second. Mike Manola wrote the story with another gent. Okay, Oliver. I'm not even gonna attempt that. Anyway, the names will be here. Did I forget anything? No, I said spoilers. Alright. There we go. But let's begin. This is another one-shot. From the ones that recently been coming out for Hellboy and more B.P.R.D. adventures. So this one is from Greek mythology. Alright, so let's start. The story begins with Hellboy. He arrested a Minotaur, or how do you pronounce that properly in English? Yeah, the bull creature from the Greek mythology, the one that was in the maze. Minotaur? I know the Hebrew pronunciation better. But anyway, the big bull creature. He just arrested him and the bull creature wants his horns back. Anyway, they take him into a big helicopter and then an ancient lady approaches Hellboy and tells him they're all ready to go. Is he coming? And he tells her he has a feeling that something is going to happen. He's going to stick there for a few days. It's about... let me tell you what year it is now, so I don't forget later. It's about the... 1962, and they are in Thessaly, Greece. Okay. So he tells the agent lady, she says okay, and she flies off at the... before he tells her, here, if our bull boy behaves, give him his horns back. And he also ruined Hellboy's jacket. Hellboy takes out a cigarette, starts smoking, and then a goat appears. It cracks a twig, he looks at it, and she says, and it says, follow me. So Hellboy follows it to a creek that goes into a waterfall, and the goat jumps down, as goats do. And although Hellboy has goat feet, he's not as agile, so he not so gracefully falls down and hits his head. Poor Hellboy, that happens to him quite a lot. Yes, and then he lifts up his head, and instead of a goat, there is a goat lady. She's nude. So she's a humanoid goat, basically. And she says, come on, follow me. She calls him Epigan. Or, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'll leave it up here on screen. But she calls him that. And then we see that he falls down to some... where there's a waterfall and some ground. And there's some bushes. It almost looks like they go from the bushes to a whole new, not dimensions, just a whole new Greek area. And we see that there's a lot more goat people. They're all naked too. So they go and she tells him, you must come talk with my mother. She's our priestess. So he goes, halfway there, some goat people approach him, like, you need to wear a toga to enter the shrine. Shrine, do they call it? No, not shrine. I'll look up the word later. I'll leave it here. So he wears the toga, and they also give him a crown of leaves. Not not the one Caesar would wear though. From grape leaves, maybe. Hellboy asks, "Do I have to wear this?" And the goat lady, whose name is Alita. I like that. Alita tells him you don't have to. So Hellboy tosses it at the head of the little goat guy. And they go up into the shrine. I should look up what it's called. I'm gonna keep calling it a shrine. It's probably a correct word for it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's all. There we go. A sanctuary. There we go. To enter the sanctuary. Also, the goat people seem happy to see him. So they go into the shrine and we meet Alita's mother, who's surprisingly not naked. She has a dress on, and her head is covered too. And that's when we learn that these guys weren't always goat people. They used to be human, and as many eons ago, no, eon's quite a long time. Anyway, a very long time ago, Alito was a very beautiful woman. Very beautiful. Even the gods thought she was beautiful. And Aphrodite got very jealous because of that. I love how Alita calls her that bitch and then she spits. Yeah. The Greek gods, as we've learned through many mediums, are assholes. Massive assholes. So, actually, as she was telling, I thought she was going to say Athena. Yeah, because of the whole Medusa story. Another poor human that got screwed over by the gods. But I thought about it. She got cursed because she had sex with Poseidon in Athena's sanctuary. I was just thinking, what happened if she refused him, strongly? I mean, then he would have cursed her, right? For refusing him. Basically, poor Medusa would not have a way out of it either way. So, you're fucked either way if you're stuck between two gods. Yes, Aphrodite had her panties in a twist. I don't know why she gives a shit. She's a fucking goddess. Everyone in Greece thinks you're beautiful. Why do you care if some gods have the hots for a human? And so she sent one of her sons, whose name I'll leave here, I forgot, to shoot Aphrodite, shoot Alita with a love arrow, and make her fall in love with this hideous creature. Some sort of a monster. A goat monster, I think it was. It looked goatish. Anyway, surprise, surprise. The son also fell in love with Alita. And obviously didn't shoot her. So Mommy Dearest was furious and cursed Alita and all of her people to become goat people. And on top of that, to add, now these guys, obviously they're goats, and they have a Havarst every year, and they work hard, but once a year, Aphrodite sends a Cyclops to destroy all their hard labor. Unless it was already obvious, Aphrodite's a fucking bitch. So Hellboy asks, well, I'm guessing today is that day then, yeah? Yeah, it is. We hear noise and you see a Cyclops forming from a volcano and coming down to attack them. He gets a club made out of rock, approaches and starts swinging. Hellboy goes to him. He doesn't approach him. He talks to him from the sanctuary. And he's like, okay, buddy, listen. These goat people seem nice. And, he gets whacked. And falls and gets knocked into the shrine pillar. And a sanctuary pillar. And obviously, the sanctuary is half destroyed. And then the Cyclops grabs Alita And Hellboy says, don't worry, I got you. He grabs the broken pillar, jumps at the Cyclops, and rams it right into his eyeball, killing him. At least I presume. Oh yeah, he doesn't get up again. And well, now they're down at the water. He helps Alita up. But then, Aphrodite appears. Jeez, the gods can hold the grudge, can they? And over such petty bullshit, too. The Aphrodite appears big out of the water. Her son is with her, the same one. And she looks at Hellboy and says, Epigan, you thought you could interfere with my curse. And then she said it pisses me off, which I found funny. It's like, lady, you're a Greek goddess. Shouldn't you talk differently? Although Hellboy also acknowledges, like, I never thought I'd hear the phrase pissing me off from a goddess. And yes, obviously she's very displeased by all this. And she said, well, I'm going to kill you then. All of you for this interference with my curse. So she takes her sandaled large foot, and she's about to step on Hellboy and Alita. But then her son, whose name I forgot, of course, lies in front of her. Mother, don't. What was I going to say? Yeah, mother, don't. And his mom's all disappointed. What, you still love this goat girl now? And she thought he'd stop after she turned her into a goat. I will say, though, goat, still hot. I mean, she didn't really do much there. She's not really ugly. It's just a goat. A lot of bestiality would ensue, I presume, if she went into the human world. Right, but that's, never mind that. He tells her mother, Alita might have been, a very beautiful woman, but you're the most magnificent, you're a goddess. And again, I don't get why she was bothered by that. I mean, Alita was human then. She would have died out and then Aphrodite would still be considered beautiful. Or hell, she could have waited 20 years, Alita would have gotten older. But the son convinces her to, leave her alone. He promises he'll never see her again if she leaves them alone. And she says, fine, I'll break the curse as well. But her son still has to shoot Alita with the arrow. But this time, make her fall in love with Hellboy. And she doesn't want her to be in love with her son anymore. So Epigan flies closer to them. Also, I love how everything was strategically placed, because all he's wearing is this long piece of fabric. Like old pictures of angels. And it's always strategically moving to cover all the bits that you need to cover. I don't know, I always find that funny. Okay, never mind. Where were we? He's about to shoot her, but he shoots with his eyes closed. But Hellboy steps in front of her and, saves her. He gets the arrow in the chest. And she cries about it, and she's like, up again. Oh no, I mean, it's not like it would kill him, right? It's a love arrow from one of Aphrodite's children. But then he opens his eyes, but instead of Alita, it's that agent lady again. I'll leave her name here. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. But yeah, she's there. And she's like, sir, we lost your signal. It finally popped back up an hour ago. And Hellboy's apparently, he's been gone for 8 days. Which, in the story itself, it doesn't seem like more than an hour has passed. But he's apparently been gone for 8 days. So, they're here to rescue him. The agent pulls the arrow out of his chest and helps him up. They hoist him up on a what do you call it? Well, a belt around the two of them, or harness maybe, and they're lifted up into the helicopter. Now Hellboy is bleeding out of the hole in his chest, and as they're lifted up, some blood trickles down from his hoof and down to some leaves down there. And then we see Alita, now she's human now, looking up at it. Then we're on the helicopter, and Hellboy tells the agent about what he's been through. And looks at the arrow, and that's made out of pure gold, probably. Not probably, it is made out of pure gold. And I just thought Hellboy, he's like, this probably didn't happen, even though he himself is a demon. And he's seen much weirder shit than this. That was always funny, too. It's like, there must have been a dream. Come on, Hellboy. How many things like these you've seen to believe it to be a dream? Yes, and then they wonders about Alita. And the agent tells him, I don't know, sir, but don't move, I'm almost done. And also, please stop looking at me like that. It's weird. Then he apologizes. That's it. That's where the story ends. They're flying above Greece. The scenery is very pretty. I think, they're not drawn the same, but I think she and Alita are about the same height. And maybe he is somewhat affected by the arrow, after all. It wasn't meant for him. I wonder if he had a bit of a crush on that agent lady afterwards. I don't know. But yeah, that was the story. First, for the conclusion, let's get to the art. Because this is brand new, I can only show you a couple of pages. So you can see the goat lady here. So there's the bull guy. Hellboy, this is the agent. At first, I thought she was a dude. Then I went back and I'm like, okay, there's a curve of a boob. Alright. Yeah, the art style is nice. Hellboy looks good, I think. Here we go, yeah, you see? And there he throws her the horns, she flies away. And there we go, there's Alita in her goat form. So yeah, the art's good, the colors are good too. I wish I could show you further, because when you get to where they are, it's actually very pretty. One more thing I loved here is that the pages are numbered. I hope all comic books start doing this. It's very handy. So yeah, there's Alita in her goat form. In her humanoid goat form. Oh, and that's her mom there. If you can see her standing there in the dress. And I can't show you further in. Yeah, good art. I have the Manola cover. I also have the other cover. I bought it by accident. Yeah, oh well. I'll show, if I could, no, probably won't be able to find it. But anyway, let's get to the conclusion. So the art was good. I liked the story. I wish there was more to it, though. But I will say, I don't really get the name for the story, because it's called Night of the Cyclops, yeah? But the Cyclops is, like, in 2 pages of this, and that's about it. It doesn't have that much impact on the story. If anything, this should have been called Night of the Goat People, or Night of the Goats, or Aphrodite is a Bitch. But no, the Night of the Goats would have fit better. Because again, the Cyclops is barely here. Hellboy gets knocked by it once and takes a pillar right into the eyeball, and that's it, Cyclops dead. So I am confused about the choice of name. Yeah, I don't know, you think they name it something far more related to the story. You know, like something that plays a bigger part in it. And that's about it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe this name is more attractive. Though if it did say Night of the Goats, I would still read it. Like, ooh, what goats? Yeah, the story was interesting. I want to go see if this story actually existed in the Greek mythology. I haven't read that much Greek mythology, so I have no idea. Maybe it does exist, because it's a cool story. I wouldn't be surprised. I bet there are plenty of stories of the gods cursing people. Like got Medusa, maybe this, not necessarily named Alita, but maybe there was a girl Aphrodite cursed. I mean, she's the goddess of love and beauty, so you'd imagine she's probably quite vain. I mean, hell, look what a hissy fit she threw here. You'd think they wanted to replace her with Alita, with how angry she got. But at least all the goat people are now back to being human and living in whatever place they were. Because it this happened so many years ago, I guess she must have also cursed them with immortality or something. How old is Alita? How old is her mother? That's right, it's been a long, long time. Yeah, well, maybe she did curse. Oh, maybe they just live in another time, in their own. I don't know, maybe in a place where the gods are. All right, so that is it. That was the story. I enjoyed it. I wish it was longer though. We had some more in there, but overall, it was good. I am a bit biased. I do love all the Hellboy stories I read so far. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I hope we get some more Greek mythology. Hellboy always has the most interesting creatures. Alright, folks, so that is it. Let me know, have you read this one? What'd you think about it? If you know Greek mythology, is there any story like that of Aphrodite cursing a young woman for being too beautiful? Let me know. Now remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!